everybody. Welcome back to Wrestling Rampage. We're back here with the OVW, the Ohio Valley Wrestling Television Podcast. And that's where we review every OVW television show. And so far, we're actually enjoying what we're doing. So, yeah, Tommy. I'm Joey, and you're Tommy. We should go ahead and
Yep.
And Tommy, this date is July 31st of 1999. We're still in July, the last day of July for OVW as we go into August.
Last day of July.
Last day of July. Tommy, we got the OVW intro, White Wedding, Billy Idol, as usual.
Why wedding? The same intro we always see.
They run down the card, which we're not going to be doing because, we're going to be talking about the entire show anyway. Let's go ahead and go with the first match on the card, Tommy. We have Rasputin teaming up with Chris Alexander to take on the OVW. One of your favorites, the American Eagle. Big fan of the American Eagle, ain't you, Jay?
That's right. It's Smooth Johnny Spade in the American Eagle.
Tommy, did you see the shimmy elbow drop by both of them? Smooth Johnny does
Yeah, I seen the shimmy elbow drop.
Smooth Johnny Spade does a lot of shimmy.
By both the American Eagle and Smooth Johnny Spade.
Yeah, Smooth Johnny Spade actually does a lot of shimmies, and American Eagle did one to the other side as they did an elbow to I think it was Chris Alexander.
Yeah.
We see a Hurricanrana from the American Eagle. And Tommy, Spade tags in. And Tommy, Rasputin.
Oh, Raz.
He hits a DDT to Smooth Johnny Spade. And Tommy.
Rasputin, OVW Light Heavyweight Champion, pretty fly, Smooth Johnny Spade.
So, Tommy.
I talked to Rasputin. He said he's going to win this title and put it on Putin's desk, is what he told me.
Right there in Russia. You just got to lay it down.
Lay down.
Lay down. Tommy, you know what that leads to?
Yeah. It's Tuesday at St. Therese. It's going to be the air-conditioned St. Therese. It will be for the OVW Light Heavyweight Championship. That's the champion, Smooth Johnny Spade, defends the OVW Light Heavyweight Championship against Rasputin. Or Putin, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Tommy, that's going to be a barn burner of a match. Tommy,
you damn right. That's going to be the opening match.
One of your favorites, Rasputin, get a championship opportunity.
Oh, everyone knows he ain't winning.
As we get into the next match, Tommy. Well, actually, this isn't even a match. This is actually a clip from St. Teresa's gym from last week. If you guys remember, it's going to be Rob Conway versus the Damager for the OVW Heavyweight Championship for the OVW Championship at St. Teresa's gym, as they have Nick Dinsmore as the referee. And of course, Nick Dinsmore still has the eye patch. Conway hits Dinsmore with a chair.
Yeah.
And damage hits the brain damage on Conway. Then we see Dinsmore. Dinsmore actually ends up hitting both Rob Conway and the Damager with a chair and just fucking leaves. It says, "Fuck this, I'm leaving."
Well, he counts them both down.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He counts them both down, and then he
counts them both down, then leaves.
Yeah.
So I guess what is this? A fucking double disqualification? They didn't explain anything. They just
they didn't really explain anything. Oh, and I forgot to say that he also German suplexed him as well. I forgot about that as well. But so German suplex hits him with the chair, counts them both out, and leaves. So apparently, I guess the Damage is still technically the OVW heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
So, well, he tries to leave, I should say, and they end up getting back up on him, and Tommy, they take him out.
Yeah, they do. They do a double suplex and start putting the boots to him.
So Conway actually gets back up, and the Damage both get back up, and they're putting the boots to Nick Dinsmore, and Tommy Trailer Park Trash comes out for the save
and saves Nick Dinsmore.
And saves Nick Dinsmore, and pretty much, Tommy, that leads to, well, another match that we're going to have at St. Teresa's.
Yes, we're going to have at the air-conditioned St. Teresa's gym.
Yes.
There's going to be a Who Do You Trust tag team match between Trailer Park Trash and Nick Dinsmore as they take on the team of the OVW champion, the Damager, and his team partner, the Iron Man, Rob Conway.
And the Damager and Conway are not too happy about this.
No, they don't. They both don't want to team with each other.
Yeah, they both don't really want to team with each other. But Cornette's like, well, if you guys can double team on Nick Dinsmore, you guys can be a tag team. How about that? So the Damager comes out, and unfortunately, we can't do the promo because we actually hear some of his music in the background, and we're not going to get copyrighted.
Unlike some people can get away with it, we can't.
Yeah. His song is by the. His song is by the. What's the name of the song, Tommy? The Damages theme song.
Fuck, I don't remember.
It's something set by the Stone Pistols or whatever. Temple Pilots.
I don't remember the name of the fucking song right now.
Yeah. But anyway, and we're not going to get copyrighted for that. He cuts a promo saying that he doesn't want to team with Rob Conway because all this muscle idiot does is pose. That's what he said. And then we hear the Iron Man Rob Conway come down. Tommy, unfortunately, we can't play that either because we have to hear Iron Man. Yeah, because of copyright reasons, we can't play that promo because Iron Maiden's Iron Man is playing, so we can't play that either. But he says that he doesn't want to team with the Damaging because he's a bald-headed serial killer. Yeah, psychopath, serial killer, wannabe gangster. That's what he said, and Cornette goes, well, I don't care if you guys want to team up or not. You can either get along or you can give along. Either way, you guys are going to be teaming up against Trailer Park Trash and Nick Dinsmore at the air-conditioned St. Teresa's gym.
You got to throw that air conditioning in there.
Yeah. You got to throw that air conditioning.
I wish that was something we had.
Oh, yeah. I only got a fan blowing on me. But nonetheless, Tommy, we actually have another match here. Let's go ahead and play a promo real fast.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Before we get started, though, this is going to be Chris Alexander's in the ring again. If you guys don't know, he was in the first match where him and Rasputin defeated Johnny Spade and the American Eagle. I don't know why. Well, we don't know why Chris Alexander is there, but let's go ahead and play his promo.
Well. Welcome to the Chris Alexander Show, everybody. I was out here just a minute ago, and you know what? I proved to everybody that I'm the best tag team partner anybody could have. And anybody in the back, just listen up, because if you need somebody to take you to the top, come right here to Chris Alexander, because I'll do for you what I do for everybody else. But that's not all, okay? Wait. I'm also a wonderful singles wrestler. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. And this Tuesday at St. Teresa's, they've got me against this hotshot from the World Wrestling Federation, Rico Constantino. Who does this guy think he is? How many jobs does this guy have, huh? And he thinks he can keep a job here in professional wrestling? Well, let me just say that I'm going to prove to the world and to the WWF that I've got what it takes and that I can beat anybody. So, Constantino, Tuesday night at St. Therese, I've got you, man. But right now, I got this great match here tonight, and I'm going to walk all over this guy just like anybody else.
Well, Tommy, Chris Alexander just cut a promo saying that, well, you know, he just had a grueling match and took his partner Rasputin to the top to have a championship opportunity for the Light Heavyweight Championship. So he wants to prove to the WWF that
he's a good singles wrestler.
Chris Alexander is going to hurt their boy, and that he's a great singles wrestler as well. So he's going to have a singles match.
I did enjoy what he said. How many jobs did this guy have?
Yeah, how many jobs does this guy have?
That's St. Therese. I got you, man.
I got you, man. We have Tommy, do you remember who Chris Alexander took on in this match, in this singles match?
Hell yeah. My boy, Danger from Guadalajara, baby.
It's going to be Chris Alexander in his second match versus Tommy's favorite, Danger Zone Wadutado. Tommy, how'd you feel about this match?
Huh?
How do you feel about this match?
Sucked.
It wasn't that good. Tommy, the one thing I enjoyed is when the match started. Did you see old buddy get up from his chair to go get nachos at the...
Yeah, he's like, oh, it's a Danger Zone Wadutado match. Time to go through the curtain and grab some nachos.
We're going to go get some nachos.
It's Wadutado with the red and blue knee pads? Yeah, I'm going to get nachos.
Nothing to really say here. Chris Alexander actually wins with a swinging neck breaker to Wadutado.
And so Chris Alexander gets a win twice.
Yes. The winner of the match is Chris Alexander, a.k.a. Tommy, who is it? A.k.a.
Hotchkiss Featherbottom.
Hotchkiss Featherbottom. If you guys watch, if you listen to the Jim Cornette's podcast, Jim Cornette Experience, or the Jim Cornette Drive-Through, he talks about Hodges Featherbottom. That's actually Chris Alexander, if you guys do not know. Hodges Featherbottom with the win over your boy, the Danger Zone Wadutado. Do you think old buddy
never going to get a break?
Do you think old buddy enjoyed his nachos more or this match?
He probably enjoyed the nachos more.
I'd probably enjoy the nachos more as well. Tommy, next we have the Suicide Blondes of the Hustler Rip Rogers and handsome Jason Lee come down.
Fuck yeah, the Suicide Blondes.
And Tommy, we got another promo. We got to play.
Oh yeah. Hey, last week's promo was fucking great, so I'm ready for this one.
You ready for this one?
Fuck yeah, I'm ready.
How does it feel to be a champion? The first thing you can do, Mr. Cornette, is just sit there and hold that microphone, because I know, like you like the gas, and a lot of people in TV land have been waiting for years for me to speak my piece. You know, we're the OVW Southern Tag Team Champions because I've got a lot in this business. For years and years, I've toiled in obscurity. I've wrestled Dory Funk Sr. and beat him. I've wrestled Professor Boris Malenko. I beat him. I beat Gorgeous George. I beat Luthez. And if Strangler Lewis would get in the ring with me, I'd beat him too. You know, I'm not one to brag about anything, but I was 1982 Mr. Kentucky. I was 1983 Mr. Indiana, and 1981 Mr. Tennessee. And on your old Smoky Mountain TV show, Mr. Cornette, I showed everybody why I was the fittest man in pro wrestling. I did squats the entire hour. I could do stomach the entire hour, and I could do whatever the entire hour. But as far as having a man like Jason Lee as my tag team partner, I chose somebody like Jason Lee because he's the most handsome man in all professional wrestling. I chose somebody like Jason Lee because he's got the natural blonde hair. I chose somebody like Jason Lee, the most handsome man in all professional wrestling, because the ladies all love Jason Lee. I chose the most handsome man in professional wrestling as my partner because he likes my favorite TV shows, Hogan's Heroes. I chose the most handsome man in professional wrestling, Mr. Jason Lee, as my partner because he does what I say. Whether it's in the training table, in the gym, late night watching late TV, watching Sanford and Son, the most handsome man in professional wrestling, he does it all, and that's why he's my partner. Now, I'm not one to brag about myself, Mr. Cornette. Oh, I realize that. But I've held more regional titles than anybody in this sport. Now, in 1984 in Atlanta, Georgia, I was the World Tag Team Champions. I remember it. In 1985, in Tampa, Florida, I was the Florida Heavyweight Champion. In 1979, I beat Roddy Piper in Portland, Oregon, and I was the Pacific Coast Heavyweight.
Rip, I'll tell you what, this is only an hour program. I don't think we got time to get back to 62 when you started your career.
Okay. In other words, it's time for Jason Lee to speak. Jason, do you have a few words?
Please, a few. Well, what I'd like to say first off is this is my hero, Jim Cornette, and there can never be enough said about him. You know, I can't help but feel like a young Luke Skywalker meeting Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi for the first time, taking under his guidance to learn the ways of the professional wrestling force. This man has done miracles with me, Jim, within a matter of 3 days, a week, whatever it's been. The first night, Rip, the God he is, chose me, Jason Lee, to be his tag team partner. What did I walk out with? What did I leave with? You see it right here. You see it right here. It's a tag team title. This man made me a champion. I'm in debt to him. But even more importantly than that, he taught me things that I didn't know I could do. He taught me how to deal with the likes of Flash Flanagan, a man who by many has been considered to be the top, I think you said it, the top unsigned, undiscovered talent in this industry, which I do consider Flash Flanagan to be that. Let me ask you this. Who left victorious in that match on TV last week? Any answer? Jason Lee did. Jason Lee did with an asterisk. And I believe it was Flash Flanagan who came down here all hot-headed, calling me a punk. A punk by all means. There is nothing cocky or punk about me. I'm beautiful, and that's the way I was born. You don't like it? Too bad, Flash. You came down, running your mouth, talking about this. Well, bully, you got beat. You were the punk who got punked out. And anytime, Flash, anytime you think you've been dealt with in an unfair way, you come down and run your mouth and I will punk you out again and again and again because I'm no good.
And right after that, as you guys heard the recording, you heard Jim Cornette go, "Jace!" Well, what happened is Flash comes out and he wants to take on Lee again.
Mouth. No, yeah, you're a dude. There are, and the other has beat me. If it wasn't for that fossil right there, you're the one that would have your back down to the mat gotten pin, and I'd be the one sitting here with the victories. You got a problem with that? Huh? Hey, first of all, he's no fossil. Second of all, I've done both of those. I've punked you out and I've beaten you. And if you feel like you've been done unfairly, I'll beat you and I'll punk you out any day of the week, Mr. Flanagan.
Mr. Flanagan. But Tommy, after that, Cornette actually makes a match, saying that it's going to be
air-conditioned St. Therese.
At the air-conditioned St. Teresa's gym.
It will be a 30-minute Iron Man match
30-minute
between
Iron Man.
Jason Lee and Flash Flanagan. And since Rip Rogers interfered in last week's match, he's barred from the building.
Yeah, Cornette goes, every time that Jason Lee wins, it seems like there's Rip to be there as well. And he goes, I didn't do anything. And so, yeah, he's going to be barred from the building at St. Teresa's gym. So it's just going to be Flash versus Jason Lee, 30-minute Iron Man match. So, Tommy, next match we have here is it's going to be Jason Lee versus one of your favorites, Jebediah Blackhawk. So, Tommy, this match sucks, and I'll be honest with you, it's not Jason Lee's fault. And it's not Jason Lee's fault.
Jebediah Blackhawk just sucks. He flat out fucking sucks.
He sucked in 1999, and he sucks in 2023. So that shows you right then and there how bad that is. Tommy, Blackhawk Jebediah gets he does a choke slam to Lee. Well, he's about to do the choke slam. No, he does do the choke slam.
Yeah, he does do the choke slam.
And then Rip Rogers
gets on the apron.
Gets onto ends up grabbing Rip and is like choking him a little bit. And Jason Lee comes by and blocks him in the.
And Jason Lee gets Jebediah in the figure 4 leg lock. And the referee's checking on Jebediah, see if he gives up. Him and Rip Rogers are holding each other for leverage, and Rip Rogers is helping Jason Lee with leverage with the figure 4, and Jebediah gives up.
Figure 4, Rip Rogers grabs the hands, and yeah, Blackhawk taps out like a little bitch, right, Tommy?
That's fucking.
Let's go with the next thing, which is a promo package of Rico Constantino. What they're showing is now, of course, we can't show it on here, but guys, you guys can go follow me and Tommy on Twitter. Well, you can find me. Well, you can follow us on Twitter, and you can follow me and Tommy individually on Instagram. You'll see these clips.
You'll see the clip.
There's a clip. Yeah, there's a clip of Rico Constantino as he's doing American Gladiators, as well as him being part of the power team. He's literally breaking like bricks and fucking wood that's on fire and shit, and it looks badass. I'm not gonna lie. And then he strikes the double bicep. Did you see that at the end? So, Tommy, after that, so a good way to hype up Rico.
Yes, a good
no
way
doubt, right?
To get Rico Constantino over again.
Of course, once again, guys, you got to pound this into people's fucking, psyche. This is a legitimate athlete. This is a legitimate badass. And Tommy, after that, we get we hear who sings the hair of the dog? Is it Nazareth? Nazareth, hair of the dog. You're messing with a son of a bitch comes over the PA, which we can't play, unfortunately. But Cornette and Dean Hill's like, who the hell's that? Right? And then here comes Kenny Bolin waddling his ass to the ring. And let's go ahead and play that promo.
And start pushing your little magic button, trying to have me removed. You better take notice that Mr. Black is in the house tonight. And if anybody values their lives, you won't be sending anybody out here. And anyway, your little restraining order against me as of now is null and void. I have done what you said I couldn't do, what you said nobody would do for bowling services, and that is I have inked the biggest, baddest, toughest, baddest man, most fearsome man ever to appear in this area, signed with me today. And that means, Jimmy, if you ever want to see him here, you got to deal with me. I see that befuddled look on your face. I got the contract right here, baby. And we'll make arrangements for you to review it. It's all signed and sealed.
If you signed a contract with some sucker who that'd be the only person that signed a contract with you, then who is it?
Well, who he is, I'm going to drop it on everybody right now. His name is Bull Buchanan, the most fearsome, awesome, toughest, biggest, baddest man in wrestling today. And with my guidance and tutelage, and believe me, he ain't going to need much, I will have him in the WWF before you know it, pal. And if you ever want to see him here at OVW, you're going to have to deal with me.
Wait a minute. If Bull Buchanan's so big and so bad and he eats lightning and claps thunder, where is he today?
Well, he's not free today. He's not free. He's not available to be here today. He's got some other obligations. But I tell you what I will do. If you'll make a phone call to my secretary, Miss Monet, on Monday morning, we'll make arrangements. Of course, if we agree to terms, we'll have him appear, of course, wherever the biggest, baddest man in professional wrestling should be, at the biggest, greatest building that OVW has wrestling, and that would be the Louisville Gardens on August 17th. That's where we'll debut him if we agree to terms.
All right, let me tell you something, fat boy. And you listen good. I know your tricks because I've known you for 20 years. You're the crookedest man I ever met in my life. He's so crooked he has trouble going around corners. I'm going to keep my eye on you. I want a copy of that contract to make sure it's valid, and I'm going to have my eye on you, Kenny. If you pull anything at all crooked, I will have your butt in a ringer, son.
Let me assure you one thing, Jimmy Cornette. Whenever you deal with bowling services, you get a good deal, a fair deal, an honest deal. You got my word on it.
Great promo, as usual, from Kenny Bolin.
That's right.
And we're not going to spoil anything about this. I mean, we do know that it's Bull Buchanan that has signed with Bolin Services. And if you guys do not know, and most people know Bull Buchanan by now.
Yeah.
He does make it to the WWF.
Yep.
And he does
Partners
have a
with the Big Boss Man.
Yeah, he ends up with Big Boss Man. And honestly, he's still working. He's actually still working OVW as well as working for the WWF as well.
Yeah.
He does. He still does. He still makes shots for both. Bull Buchanan has signed with Bowling Services, and great promo as usual. But we're not going to talk about something until it gets brought up later on of why Bull Buchanan is not there right now. But he will be at the Louisville Gardens August 17th of 1999.
Yes, he will.
So let's go with Tommy, the main event of this OVW television taping. We have Trailer Park Trash.
Everywhere because his house is mobile.
Everywhere.
Trailer Park Trash.
Everywhere because his house is mobile.
As he takes on it's a non-title match. Yeah. The OVW champion, the Damager. With nothing happening treasure.
Yes, with nothing happening treasure on the outside. You know,
I'm going to say this. This was an okay main event.
It was okay. It wasn't bad. Wasn't great either, but it was
just okay to me.
It was okay. We see Conway gets involved because we see that Damage is having a little bit of trouble with Trailer Park Trash, and Conway gets onto the where Cornette is, and he goes, see, I have to carry this team at St. Teresa's gym. I'm pretty much on my own out there. As you can tell, he can't even take on Trailer Park Trash. And Tommy, Ron Conway gets into the ring, and he attacks Trailer Park Trash. So Trailer Park Trash actually wins by disqualification over the Damage.
Yeah.
And Joe Wheeler is ringing the bell.
Ringing the bell.
Also, Rob Conway actually knocks down Joe Wheeler too. So Joe Wheeler's down.
Yeah, he does. He knocks out one knee, Joe.
One knee, Joe Wheeler. If you guys don't know what he does, was he gets down on one knee and counts like this, and then he gets back up. We actually met Joe Wheeler.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm not. Joe Wheeler's like, fuck you. I'm not going all the way down.
Tommy.
So that's why I call him One Knee Joe.
One Knee Joe.
I like Joe Wheeler.
Tommy, Nick Dinsmore runs down, and he takes out Conway.
Yep.
And Conway Conway gets back at Dinsmore. They're fighting each other. The damage actually clotheslines. He meant to clothesline Nick Dinsmore, but he accidentally hits Rob Conway in the back with the clothesline. So they're sitting there. They're kind of having discretions of each other. And, TPT and Dinsmore both clothesline the heels onto the outside.
Nick Dinsmore tries to give each other a high five.
They attempt to give each other a high five, and Rob Conway just walks off, and Damager goes up to the booth with Cornette and Dean Hill, and he says pretty much that he hates everybody. He hates
everybody in that ring.
Everybody in the ring. He hates Dinsmore. He hates Trash. He hates Conway. He even hates Treasure too. Uh, and if Conway turns on him at St. Teresa's gym, he's a dead man. And
yeah. And my favorite was Jim Cornette, the end after Damage cuts his promo. We're going to make sure that this man only goes after the professionals.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna make sure that that they only go after the professionals. And there's only there's less than a minute of television time, and they pretty much run down the St. Therese card of what's going to happen, and they sign off. Pretty much, they sign off the show, and that is the end of the 4th OVW episode of OVW television from July 31st of 1999. Decent show. I enjoyed it. So far, I've been really digging this. I'm not gonna lie. I've been really.
I have. Me too.
I've been digging going back and watching these OVW shows, and
hope y'all have been enjoying it.
Yeah. We hope that you guys have been enjoying them too, and also as we've been starting to put some of the promos in the videos as well. So hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see some of the clips from the OVW shows, go visit our Twitter at Wrestle Rampage, and also go visit me and Tommy's Instagrams. You guys will see them right here in the description. You'll see them right here on the video right now. Go follow us on Twitter. Go follow us on Instagram, and so you guys can see some of those clips that we'll put on there. So because you guys, unfortunately, you guys really can't see this because WWE does own all this shit, but they never show it to anybody. Yeah. They never show it. But nonetheless, hope that you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys did, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next time.